welcome to News at 10 past 10 live. On Thursday, we do this every Thursday, 10 past 10. It is the 2nd of October already. Apparently I'm live on YouTube, who knew? Yeah, it's going to be another short version. We're going to look at the news of the week, see what's basically gone on around the world, and we're going to look at, well, give my opinion on various bits and things, including the horrendous stuff that's happened today in Manchester, Labour conference, and everything else. So, before we do that, got to explain myself. God, this is weird. I don't understand why I'm like this. We had some very bad news, which I received last Monday, not Monday gone, the Monday last week, regarding one of our friends. Angela, Alan, welcome back. We'll remember, well, obviously remember, it wasn't that long ago, our good friend Toff, sadly no longer with us. We got the news last Monday, no, it was Monday before, that he'd passed, sat at his computer, hopefully not watching me, because God, that'd be awful, wouldn't it? And it's weird because I've never felt anything quite this weird about someone I know no longer being with us. And as you know, regular viewers, and I think Angela's commented a couple of times, you know, been concerned about Toff's welfare, asking him to just, you know, because we all go through moods, don't we, where we don't want to speak to people, so just send me a full stop and let me know you're okay. But no, he'd actually passed away, and he wasn't found for quite a while, which makes it even worse for me, as far as I'm concerned. At least a week, possibly longer. Now, I only know Toff really from being in the chat room, and I only knew him from a few visits he made to the shop. So that's why I don't understand why I feel like I do, because it's not like it's someone I've known for my entire life. But the problem is, every time I do a live stream, even at 3 o'clock in the morning, he's there. When I did, you know, the gaming ones where I'd just be on for, you know, 6-7 hours, he'd be there from start to finish. And he'd literally, like that, come up with a video that I mentioned in passing and put it in the comments or put it in the chat. So yeah, it's hit me hard, much harder than I expected, which is why, not this Tuesday but the Tuesday before, I couldn't talk doing the drive to and from my mother's, and as I'm going to do tonight, we're not doing any fun stuff at the end of the news. We're just going to talk about the news. I'm going to leave it there. So I don't know why I'm so upset. I think I met the guy in the shop, never anywhere else, just in the shop, 10 times. But like I say, he was an omnipresence along on the you know, he'd be in the chat room, he'd be sending me messages. You'd hear my phone going beep beep beep, and he'd send me something, you know, a silly little comment or agree with me or some little thing, and it's all gone, and it's just weird. It's just weird. I mean, people say grief is a strange thing, but to feel grief like I felt for someone who I don't really know, if you know what I mean. No, I mean, I don't even know his real name. I just know him as Toff. It's peculiar. So that's why I've been a bit distant these last couple of weeks. Um, but yeah, it was, it was never a dull moment with Toff, it has to be said. Very generous as well with his bits and pieces that he donated to the channel, including PlayStation 5, because apparently I kept him sane during COVID and lockdown. Not many people have said that about me before. But yeah, it's going to be greatly missed, it's tough. But, that's life. It's just how it goes, isn't it? It's the one thing that we've all got coming at some point, horrendously. But anyway, so yeah, it's been very, very, very strange 2 weeks. It was a mutual friend who I've never spoke to before who let me know. I got this garbled message saying, I'm trying to contact you on Monday. Can you ring me? And I'm like, who the hell is this? What the hell's going on? And so I said he said mutual friend. I'm a mutual friend of a friend that you know. And I'm like, right. Doesn't really narrow it down. But then, as I rang him after work, I'd already figured where this was going. I already figured who and what the reason for the contact was. I've not heard anything since, so I can't give you any more details. But yeah, just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But yeah, it's peculiar. It really is weird. I'm getting a bit emotional then. Like I say, if I met him 10 times, it's as many. And always in the shop. And we'd always have a chat. He'd be there for a few hours, and he'd always apologise for taking up my time. And I'm like, no, my God, no. I want more people like you in the shop because, we agree on so many things. We have a very similar sense of humour. Yeah, it's just peculiar. But I thought I'd have to let you know what was going on. I dare say some of you had already figured out what was upset in me. And yeah, that drive week last Tuesday was difficult, and even now, he'd be texting me saying, "Oh, for sake, just get on with it. Start the bloody news, will you? I want to know what you think of Benjamin Netanyahu and Keir Starmer," because that's what I do. But yeah, so I do apologise if you're new to this and you're thinking, "Oh my God, this is a miserable bastard." Yeah, I am tonight, but I think I've got a pretty valid reason to be. But like I say, I don't quite get, I mean, you all know Silence, my cat. She's around somewhere. She doesn't care. But I acquired her after the gentleman who got her as a kitten he passed away in COVID, so I ended up with a cat because one of the people who lived in the care home he was in, not care home but shelter accommodation, knew that my cat had recently passed away, and also the fact I knew this guy, and that affected me as well, the fact I got his cat, and it was just really, really, really strange. But yeah, it's sad to be talking about one of my moderators. In fact, possibly I think it was my first moderator has passed away. It's not a very cheery start to the show, is it? Yeah. So, and the irony is, I promised him I would get back into gaming because he loved the gaming videos, but I've just not felt like gaming much this year. And now I feel bad because I didn't do that, and I almost wore that shirt that he absolutely hated, the black one. I thought that would be rather apt, the one, if you're a regular, because he said I look vile in it. I'm like, yeah, that's why I wear it. I don't wear myself to look good. But yeah, it's tragic. Again, I know so little about him. I don't even know how old he was. He seemed a similar age, but I don't know exactly. But it's just weird. I mean, is this like the future of people? Grieving for people that you kind of know but don't know? Because you met them online, in a chat room? It's weird. But yeah, so it's been an emotional couple of weeks, but I thought I had to let you know why I was feeling the way I was. Um, and I also felt I owed it to you guys, particularly, the old crew, Angela and Alan and Snip as well. He doesn't come on much nowadays, but Snip was part of the original crew. I think he was 17 at the time when he joined, and he was kind of he knew Toff, so he kind of come in with Toff, and yeah, it's just awful that we're talking about someone who I kind of knew, didn't know, but I'm grieving for. I'll be honest, I'm grieving. I've grieved more for him. I've not cried as such, nearly a couple of times, but not cried. But I've grieved more for him than I have for my stepfather when he died. Fair, I had a little party in my head, but that's another story. We're not going there. Anyway, so yeah, apologies for being self-indulgent, but I thought, you needed to know, and I don't know anyone else would ever contact any of you guys, because obviously people don't know don't know necessarily his activities online, i.e. coming on this channel a lot and helping out. So yeah, it's been a tough few, many days now. I've no idea when the funeral is, if it's already happened. I don't even know what religion he was. It might have already, happened, because I don't know the family. I only know him. It's weird. Anyway, yeah. Shall we, like I say in my walking videos, shall we crack on? So this week's top stories. Yeah. Now, I'm going to say something now and you're going to go, you're crying. I'm not. I feel like I've got something in my eye. Genuinely feel like I've got something in my eye. But look, it's dry. It's not a tear. It feels just like I've got something in my eye. You take care, Calderdale, Top Cat. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. I felt sorry for Lewis Hamilton this week because he lost his dog. And I know what it's like to lose a pet. It's not the same, but it's very similar to losing a child, I would imagine. Because they become so engrossed in the family. They're there. They've got their own personalities and everything. Anyway, shall we crack on? You've done lots of writing. I assume it's all like, sorry, thank you, wishes and all that kind of thing. So yeah, all appreciated. Like I say, try and get back to normal, because he'd be fuming that, I've been kind of moping around. I could do the non-live videos, they're fine. If you watch the Wigan Watch I've done recently, a lot of that was filmed after I knew. The couple of walking videos and the Wigan's Lost History were filmed after I knew. That's fine, because it was never part of that when I was filming them. It's the live stuff that's got me, which is why for a while I won't be able to drive home the regular route from my mother's, because again we had all little things going on in the background. It was it was fun. Hi Stato. I know you didn't really know Toff, but I'm just letting people know the sad news that Toff, one of the moderators, has passed away. So that's why we've spent the first 15 minutes near enough not doing anything. So yeah, it's a weird situation. Anyway, shall we get back to some sense of normality? Because again, you'd be texting me, for God's sake, just get on with it. Okay, I will. So, I'm going to rattle through this, obvious reasons. Normal service will resume next week, all being well, and I'll do the funny stuff. I have saved some bits and pieces that will go through, so it'll probably be a super long one next week. But this one, I'll probably try and keep it down as quick as we can, including looking at headlines, because obviously things are breaking as we speak, including interesting information about the terrorist who attacked a synagogue, or a mosque if you watch Sky News apparently. But yeah, we will get to that in due course. So, September the 26th, which was Friday, Benjamin Netanyahu speaks at the UN. Many delegates walked out before he spoke in protest. He said murdering Jews pays off, because he's having a go at Keir Starmer for recognising Palestine as a state. Is it a state? It's not a country. I'm sorry, Stato. That must have been horrible as well. My mother's 90, and you do worry. Thankfully, she's not ill. But yeah, not good. Keir Starmer comes up with this brilliant idea. Digital ID. It will make UK borders more secure. How? 1.5 million on Friday had already signed a petition saying no to digital ID, and I'm 100% behind no to digital ID. Lord Ming, former leader of the Lib Dems, dies aged 84. He always reminded me of the first Doctor Who, but with slightly less hair. Just how it works. You'll get that one, Stato. Saturday the 27th, government to introduce... government to give a £1.4 billion loan to Jaguar Land Rover, who were attacked by a cyber attack. The PM is in Liverpool, warns reform will tear the country apart. We need to bring people together. I wrote there, what the absolute are you talking about? There's one person who's currently destroying this country, and that's you, you absolute wit. Harrods say customer details are stolen in an IT breach. Yes, more data online has been nicked. And Starmer wants ID cards. William Hartnell, that's the guy, thank you. Sunday the 28th. Starmer, he's really upset with reform, isn't he? There's an election that's finished today in Wigan for Wigan Central. A Labour councillor passed away, and there was a by-election. I didn't even know they did by-elections for councillors. But anyway, they've done a by-election for one councillor. It'll be interesting to see the results. I'll be reporting on that next week, and also in the paper as well. What I might start doing is wazzing links to my column in the paper in this description area. Might be doing that. Anyway, Sunday the 28th. Starmer describes reforms proposals to remove migrants as racist and immoral. He's in a battle with reform, and it's one we have to win, says Starmer, as it's a fight for our lives and for the UK. Biggest enemy of the UK? Keir Starmer at the moment. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of Nigel Farage, but I think Keir Starmer definitely is dangerous. Meanwhile, Vladimir Zelensky, says 12-hour strikes on Ukraine, solid 12-hour strikes from Russia are vile. It's an understatement, isn't it? 29th, which was Monday. Good news, folks. There's a new peace plan agreed by Donald Trump and Benjamin War Criminal to point a 10-point plan. Hamas say they've had no details yet. So how that's going to work, God knows. They're going to set up a board of peace after the ceasefire and the peace deal, chaired by Donald Trump, with none other than war criminal Tony Blair running the country. I mean, isn't he the absolute arsewipe who's basically started the chain of events to where we are now in the world with his very illegal invasion of, well, the Gulf War with, George W. Bush, and they're putting him in charge of a peace thing? What they have? What, the world has gone mad. JLR, Jaguar Land Rover, say some production is to start on the 6th of October, which should be next Monday. No, Monday coming, not next Monday. We're already in October, aren't we? The BBC didn't mention Rachel from Accounts' speech being interrupted on their news at 10. So the BBC didn't show something negative that happened to one of the... Yeah, that's unusual, isn't it? The Prime Minister made his speech on the 87th anniversary of Neville Chamberlain flying back from Munich. How did you know this? Ended Pope was saying that famous quote, "Peace in our time," and we were at war like a week later. Tuesday the 30th, the Labour conference. Starmer accuses Farage, again, of not liking Britain. I mean, mirror. Starmer... oh yeah, I wrote on here, Starmer loves Britain, obviously. Well, yeah, doesn't like the British. He might like Britain, but he doesn't like the British. Meanwhile, Lammy, is he Home Secretary or is he the Foreign... I don't know, they move around so much. He says that Farage flirted with Hitler Youth when he was younger. Farage is a very similar age to me. I don't remember Hitler Youth being a thing when I was growing up. Like, what the hell are they talking about? Starmer again. Britain stands at a fork in the road. We've got a fork running the fucking country. We can choose decent or choose division. Utter bullshit I've written here. Britain built for all. Well, he's definitely agreed on that one, isn't he? He's letting everyone in, including the migrants. Lammy then rolls back slightly on the comments that Nigel Farage was toying with Hitler Youth. I mean, it was like 20 years after. What the hell? These are the people running the country. Trump says Hamas will pay in hell if they don't agree to his peace plan with war criminal Blair. Also, we don't need women to have babies anymore. You can use skin cells, apparently. And don't forget, a few weeks ago I was talking about those robot wombs that weirdly look like something out of a game called Death Stranding, where you can actually see the baby growing inside it and all the fluid and everything. So we don't even need the women's wombs anymore either, so we can just get rid of all the women. No offence, women, but apparently you're no longer required, because they've been saying for long enough that they don't need us anymore, so, you know. Let's have another war, shall we? We'll have a male-female war for a change. Wednesday the 1st of October. How the hell has it got to October? How the hell have we got through all that? It doesn't seem that long ago since it was Christmas. £120 million. Baroness Moon company ordered to repay for not for purpose PPE supplied. £120 million. She was made a baroness. She was one of the mates of bumbling Boris. It's happening all over the world. It's not just happening here. And people are saying, oh, well, you know, it's disgusting and blah, 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 and it's Boris. But every country in the world has had a similar thing going on. I think governments panicked and tried to get anything from anywhere they can. And some people took advantage of it. It looks like this lady might have took advantage of it and then got made a dame. A baroness even. Unbelievable. Anyway, she's got to pay 120 million back. Good luck with that. Rescue team still looking for survivors in a school collapse in Indonesia. Now, I didn't mention it earlier on, but it was a day or two before, and there was a school in Indonesia. It was an old boys' school because they're segregated over there, and the school collapsed. But what came out on Wednesday was the school's being used for prayer and worship, but not for classes. But they were adding floors above the school to make the school bigger. But the foundations weren't designed for the extra weight, so the whole thing's collapsed down. Many children were killed, and many were missing at this time. I'm not caught up with anything else because other stuff's happened since, but I will try and follow that up for next week. The US federal government is shut down over spending budget again. They seem to do it on a regular basis. The Democrats blame the Republicans blame the Democrats. Dame Jane Goodall has died, aged 91. She was a chimp expert. Now I wonder if she was the one who said years ago, because she lived with the chimps, she had like a hut thing. I mean, I don't mean all the time, but she had a hut thing. And it might have been her. If not, I apologise. But she's passed away at the age of 91. But one of the chimpanzees was in a wooden hut or whatever it is, and it had a poo on the floor. So she tapped it on the head and picked it up and put it outside the window, the chimp. As if to say, don't do that, do it outside. Anyway, a few days later, the same chimp comes in, has a poo on the floor, taps itself on the head and jumps out the window. Oh. Meanwhile, Rochdale grooming gang jailed for over 170 years in total. They were all British as well. No, sorry, only joking. They're a Pakistani heritage. Which brings us to today. Thursday the 2nd of October. Apparently a very important day in the Jewish calendar. A terrorist attack in Manchester at a synagogue. 2 dead and the killer is shot by the police. Yeah, this is a breaking story. It happened this morning, but there's still news coming out which we'll cover in the breaking story section, but absolutely horrendous. I've said before, and I'll say again, I don't agree with what Benjamin Netanyahu's doing. Doesn't mean I support Hamas, but I don't agree with what he's doing. But I don't think it's right to punish innocent people anywhere in the world just because of their religion or their beliefs. I mean, you look at Charlie last couple of weeks ago, who was assassinated at an American university, just for speaking his own mind and just saying, and not even doing it in a nasty way, just saying, you know, this is what I believe in, you tell me why I'm wrong and I'll tell you why I think you're wrong. But anyway, yeah, we've had this terrorist attack in Manchester. But I say we'll cover that a bit more in the breaking news section, which will be coming up fairly soon, to be fair. Just set myself up for it, which is not actually. Changed that as well. I don't even noticed, mainly because I deleted the old one. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer says refugees have to earn a right to stay, and he's changing the rules of bringing in family members. Hang on a minute. Excuse me. Starmer describes, this is Sunday, reforms proposals to remove migrants as racist and immoral. It's battle reform, and today he's saying refugees have to earn the right to stay, and he's changing the rules for bringing family members in. So, does that mean he's changed his mind? I mean, Keir Starmer changing his mind? Does he do that? There's a question, isn't there? There's only one way to find out. There isn't actually. He always changes his mind. Does my head in. I'm just going to look up something. There we go. That's what I want. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. News. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Weather, business, politics. So my column in the paper regarding... There we go. Regarding the digital ID cards. So the opening paragraph, I can't read what you're writing, by the way, so I'll tell you when I'm back on. So Keir Starmer has now decided that digital ID will be mandatory in order to get to work, to stop the boats, or to bunk them. More like it's a way to take control of us and our behaviour. Um, I thought I'd seen it all. Turns out we haven't. Yet more Starmer nonsense. This time mandatory digital ID cards. You could not make this up. Labour spout it will help stop the boats. How? If employers are already hiring folks who should not be working, car washers and the like, does anyone think they will stop because this idea being put into place? The whole reasoning behind this, the whole reason behind this, for that reason alone, is utter bull. I'm surprised he printed that. In my opinion, it is a way of taking more control and having Orwellian-style monitoring of all of us. Smartphones connect to the internet. If you have a walking app, it gives you precise location at any time, and you can see where you've been in the past. Many apps access your phone's text, search history and other files on your phone in order to streamline your experience. By showing you content you're interested in. Now take this to a new level. Your phone microphone can be accessed. A private conversation could be eavesdropped by AI on behalf of the government. Because AI can do anything, can it? If you or someone they know you are talking to says something that is not tolerated in this new society, you'll get a knock on the door, whatever door you're behind, because they know where you are, because they can locate you, and then carted off. Or they could just delete your ID, or remove access to certain parts of society. The whole thing is about controlling us, our thoughts, monies and lives. At the risk of cyber attack from foreign governments or hackers, for those who, like those who've disabled JRL, Jaguar Land Rover, or those demanding money from a nursery, i.e. in London, and you're even more trouble. On question time, the Cabinet Minister wheeled out I didn't mention this, but it's Wigan Cabinet Minister, Lisa Nandy, the fact that, quote, in 2020, when Keir Starmer was elected leader of our party, we just suffered our worst election defeat in 100 years. Nobody in this country, and no one, thought for a minute that in 5 short years we would go from there to governments with a chance to turn around people's lives. Well, they've done that, haven't they? But I did point out, in 2019, the total votes Labour got was 10,269,051. Quote, the worst election defeat in 100 years. In 2024, Labour secured 9,708,816 votes, which was 33.7% of the national vote, which was down 560,235. It was voter apathy that got Keir and his brain cell, the cabinet. Apathy is not a mandate. So there you go. That's what I wrote in the paper. I wrote about Hey All as well. I'm back now. But yeah, it just infuriated me. That this is what they think. What they think, to be brutally honest. They think we're stupid. Well, anyway, breaking news. Oh, you've all gone quiet now. I've got rid of everyone because I was rattling on. Oh no, we've still got 12 people and 4 likes. That's okay. He's deluded. Well, I'm deluded. That's rude, Alan. You've just come back and now you're slagging me off. I'm over it. So breaking news again. We're about to see what you write. What? 1 hour ago, Fox News interrupted for breaking alert as Trump declares war, in quotation marks. The Manchester synagogue attack is a test of Britain's traditional tolerance, says The Independent. There's a lot of different. I watched a bit of GB News before I come on air, and obviously, it's very heavily Jewish orientated, supporting Israel and everything they do. Not as much as Talk TV, but still. And then other ones don't. So yeah, it's weird. Oh, nice. Dr. Shoah blames Israel for Manchester attack in appalling rant. how EVs are driving a generational gap between motorists. Michelle Mone accuses Rachel Reeves of inflammatory remarks over the PPE ruling. You got caught out, didn't you? London, Palestine and around the country action protests go ahead, which, considering what's happened today, is sick. I mean, I don't agree with those protests anyway, but to do them on a day when someone has slaughtered some Jews, innocent Jews, absolutely ridiculous. Police hit by new racism and misogyny scandal after an officer filmed calling for immigrants to be shot. UK government owes children apology for damaging COVID errors, inquiry hears. Amber warning for a storm that's coming towards us. UK households urged to stop using extension leads. Yeah, because we've all got enough plugs in our house. Starmer promises to increase police presence in Jewish communities after the terror attack. Doctors warn to seek advice very urgently if you have this one COVID symptom. But it's clickbait, so it won't tell you who it is. So brilliant. Well done. Refresh stories. I want to see if we've got anything else coming on. Because what I've seen on GB News is they've been saying that the 35-year-old who carried out this attack, who's been shot dead, is of Syrian heritage, and his first name is Jihad. I mean, the clues. And they were asking, and just before I come upstairs, it was revealed that he's actually is Syrian, and he come here as a child and was given a passport in 2008. So basically, yeah, he's kind of come into the country and done that, yeah. I have seen, not the attack of him getting shot, I have seen that, Angela. If Reform wins the next general election, it'll be the first time that a third party has won a general election since 1924, and that was the Liberals, wasn't it? And he pointed out as well, Jane Goodall was the first to notice that chimps used tools as well. So yeah. The guy from Only Fools and Horses died. I never watched Only Fools and Horses. I'm like the only person I know who's never watched Only Fools and Horses. But there you go. What can you do? I do like the falling through the bar and other bits. But yeah. So anyway, what's going on? So yeah, if you've just joined us, a lot of people are gone now, which they do because they know it's near the end because we're not doing the funny news. Well, big shout out to everyone who's chatted. Angela O'Kane, DT, Alan Barton, Bolden, Maria, Calderdale, Top Cat, Ron's new, not a name I'm familiar with, Craig Meadow, I'm not reading the comments because, yeah. Stephen O'Neill, have I mentioned him? Oh well, we haven't now. Oh yeah, Stato. Duh. Stato. It was Stephen O'Neill, yeah, Stato. They replaced Liberals as the main opposition to the Conservatives. Yes, correct. So, yeah, are we going to be a three-party state, which could cause lots of problems in the future? But I don't think, I think reform will come and go, and we'll be back with the other two, but hopefully they'll learn their lessons. I think Keir Starmer's trying to do that now. But anyway, yeah, going back to what I was talking about. So yeah, we started the broadcast with the sad news that one of my original moderators has passed away under tragic circumstances. Toff's TV, and I feel it's only fitting to I'm not going to be smiling in a minute to end this in a way that, ironically, I've been ending broadcasts for a while and it meant something, but this time it really does mean something. So thank you for watching, if indeed you still are. Bye. Tea.